A little bit, I'm going to make a bolognese with, instead of the typical meat sauce, I'm going to make it with some mushrooms, and I'm still on my lentil kick, so I'm going to make it with lentils. I've made a couple of different, dishes with lentils lately, and several years back I was also on a lentil kick and made some sloppy joes with lentils and made a bolognese with lentils, and it all turned out really good. So I figured I'd do it again, and this time I would add some mushrooms, because that always adds good meatiness to sauces, and maybe add just a little bit, maybe a half a cup of cab, and just a tablespoon or two of this soy sauce. That'll give it good umami. Just meat has different textures when you cook it and saute it, and it's not always the same size. I want my mushrooms or my meat to be different textures and sizes as well. So my shiitake mushrooms, I diced a little bit smaller, or chopped a little bit smaller. My oyster mushrooms, I chopped a little bit larger. I left in larger pieces. The stems, you don't want to use. They're a little bit more woody, but I used most of it. You can use a lot of the oyster mushrooms. And then the shiitake mushrooms, which are my absolute favorite mushrooms, you don't want to use those stems because those are extremely fibrous. But what you can do is clean them and make a really good broth. That would be great. And so I'm sauteing my mirepoix, which is celery, carrots, and onions. It's 50% onions and 25% carrot, 25% celery. That's the makeup of a mirepoix. So I'm going to saute that until it just gets a little bit soft. And then I'll add my mushrooms. Then I'll drain the lentils and add those. Add a little bit of garlic, some oregano. I don't have fresh, so I'll use, but I don't like a lot of fresh oregano. I think it's too strong, just like Ina Garten says. I learned that from Ina Garten, actually. I use dried oregano. And so then I'll add some of the cab and my canned tomatoes. This is the oregano that I use. I just got it off of Amazon. It already smells so good. I've added the mushrooms to the mix. Still not adding any oil. The mushrooms are beginning to release some of their water now and starting to wilt down a little bit, and I'll let them do their thing and just continue to cook down. I added 2 cloves, I grated 2 cloves of garlic in there, and about a tablespoon of dried oregano, and I'll just kind of crush that up in my hand. And immediately, sorry it's so shaky, immediately I can smell all that. I wish you could smell it. And I'm gonna get this wine, add a little bit of this before I add my lentils, because adding this right now, the mushrooms will soak in a little bit. You see how that already resembles a meat mixture? Altogether, I probably added about 1/4 cup of wine. I'm going to add just a little bit more. I wanted to add about 1/2 cup total. And now I'll add my lentils, my drained and rinsed lentils. That's the rest of my meat mixture. I'll stir that in and then add my tomato sauce and diced tomatoes and let that simmer for about 10-15 minutes, and that is my tomato sauce. That's my bolognese. And then I'll do the Rumo gluten-free pasta, and it'll be a delicious supper. Okay, it's basically ready. It hasn't even been 10 minutes, but my brother and I just tasted this. I added a little bit of this Mama Francesca Parmesan, a little bit more salt, a little bit of onion powder, and a little bit more garlic powder. We both agreed you'd be hard pressed to tell that this is a vegetarian sauce. Yes, the texture is slightly different, but you are not missing the meatiness of it, because the lentils and the mushrooms truly do give you that meatiness quality that you want in a meat sauce. That's the magic of lentils and mushrooms. It's fantastic.